We said earlier that flow follows focus. So we pay the most attention to the task at hand when the challenge of that task slightly exceeds our skill set. So you want to stretch, but not snap. And to put it sort of in emotional terms, people often talk about flow and this trigger as not exactly on, but near the midpoint between boredom and anxiety. Boredom, there's not enough stimulation here. I'm not really paying attention to what I'm doing. Anxiety, whoa, way too much stimulation, right? I can't stop paying attention. In between is this sweet spot, what's often talked about as the flow channel. Now, as a trigger, this can be a little bit tricky to utilize because if you are shyer, quieter, meeker, a little more timid, that sweet spot tends to sit, not always, but tends to sit when we're using our skills to the utmost, right? We're really pushing ourselves to the utmost and we're outside our comfort zone. So to do this work and to get good at it, you have to get good at kind of being comfortable with being uncomfortable. Now, there's a flip side to this, which is type A types, really hard chargers. They will often blow right by this sweet spot, right? This sweet spot, people like to talk about it as like 3 degrees, 4 degrees, 5 degrees wide, meaning like the challenge of the task at hand needs to exceed our skill set by about 4%, 5%, that sweet spot. And type A types, they'll take on challenges that are 10%, 20%, 30% greater, right? Simply for the thrill of it, it helps them wake up and pay attention. And what's interesting from a performance perspective is we know that these actually high, hard goals, these large challenges are really great for motivation. There's really good motivational research that says simply setting a high, hard goal, as long as it's clear, can increase motivation 11 to 25%. Now that's a huge boost, right? In an 8-hour day, that at the upper end is like getting 2 free hours of work simply for like putting a goal around what you're doing. That said, to get at flow's triggers, I'm not saying don't set these huge, high, hard challenges. They're important, but you have to chunk down the task at hand so the thing that's in front of you is only about 4 or 5% greater than the skills you're bringing to it.